took the first bite, amazing. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I went to the farmer's market today and I'm really excited to show you everything that I got because I'll be using a lot of these in this week's video. Me and my husband went on like a really nice walk around the city. We got 5 miles in. I can't believe we walked that much. We got to make some stops and go to the actual farmer's market for the first time. I got so many goodies. How beautiful are these flowers? And they just smell so good. First up, I got some kale. We also got some peaches. It is peach season. It's also tomato season. Like, look at that. So pretty. I got these mushrooms. We got these coral tooth mushrooms. I've never had them before, but look at how cool. I want to say these start with the C, but they are also pretty as well. I just love mushrooms and I just love unique looking produce. We have some shiitake mushrooms in here as well as some oyster mushrooms. So pretty. So I got like 2 little pints of blueberries. I low-key might like freeze some. I was making like little fruit bowls, so I'm excited about that. I also got some squash. This is probably like the most beautiful squash I have ever seen. Hopefully the color picks up on the camera, but I feel so blessed to even be able to buy things like this. I also got zucchini. I got a shallot. In here, cherries. We both really enjoy eating cherries, so wanted to get some of those for us. I don't think I mentioned, but we are doing 75 hard. I believe my friends who joined me on YouTube live a while ago, I mentioned that we will be doing 75 hard. So honestly, that has been taking up, I wouldn't say it's like taking up the majority of our time, but I've just been trying to get my head wrapped around like what I want my goals with 75 hard to be. If you're not familiar with 75 hard, I guess let me explain that a bit. It's just like a discipline challenge. So on this challenge, you have to do 2 workouts, 1 indoor, 1 outdoor. You have to drink a gallon of water a day. You have to read 10 pages of a book, no alcohol. What else was it? Take a photo of yourself every day. Honestly, I'm not doing the whole photo thing every day, mainly because I just don't want to get consumed with comparing my body. And so I'm not doing the take a photo every single day. It's just mentally, I don't want to do that. I'll put it on the screen just in case you are interested in giving it a try. The discipline that you learn during the challenge begins to bleed over in other areas of your life. We're only like a week in, so we have a while to go. But yeah, so that's what's been up in my world. I am about to go pick up my dog from daycare, come back, do my workout, and then I think I'm going to clean out the fridge now that I have these new items and just kind of get set up for the week. That starts with my Sunday nighttime routine. For lunch, I wanted something refreshing but still protein packed, so I'm making a tofu and rice bowl using this fava bean tofu, which is a soy-free tofu option. I typically cook it the same way I cook soy-based tofu, except I don't freeze this one. And my typical way to prep tofu is to cut it in cubes or tear it into cubes and toss it in a bit of coconut aminos and cornstarch. However, I was all out of cornstarch this week, so I just decided to season it up really well with coconut aminos and some garlic and onion powder, black pepper, and sriracha. I let that marinate for a few, and then I added it to the oven on 390 degrees for a total of about 25 to 30 minutes. And for the last 10 minutes, I added in some of that shredded cabbage that I prepped the night before. Now, while the tofu and cabbage finished in the oven, I prepped a spicy mayo dressing by combining some plant-based mayo, sriracha, garlic powder, and coconut aminos. I'm also adding some brown rice to this bowl. And yes, I'm taking the easy way out and I'm just putting some in the microwave. I found this one recently and I've really been enjoying it. Now, another source of protein I'm including in this tofu and rice bowl is edamame. And the last thing for me to do was just to prep the toppings that are going on this bowl. So I use some sliced cucumbers, fresh avocado, seaweed, and carrots. Is complete and I cannot wait to dig in, but I'm just adding a layer of the rice in here, followed by a couple pieces of the tofu, maybe a little slice of avocado. Okay, here we go. I'm about to take a bite. I'll have the measurements and stuff listed in the description, so be sure to check that out. Got a blast. I need to finish eating. I feel so bad because I didn't bring Sir because it said it was gonna rain and I didn't want to have him like out here walking in the rain and it's not even raining. I feel so bad because I know he really wanted to get out here. Okay, y'all, I think I'm in his good graces now. I gave him a couple of treats. You're my friend. Yes, you're my friend. Okay, thank you, buddy. I'm back home. My baby boy is okay. He was excited to see me because I was feeling really bad that I didn't get him out. But like I said, I think we're probably gonna take him out for like our family WAOK later. I have to spell words around him because my baby's smart. So anyway, we're about to make a matcha. I make matcha all the time. However, I am making it a little bit different. So there is this like trend going around right now where people are making cold whisk matcha. I'm actually trying a new brand of matcha today. It is the brand called More Than Matcha. Normally I would use June B, but I saw this one on TikTok and I was like, hey, let's try it. So I had this in the fridge. That's also something that I started doing, is moving my matcha to the fridge. I heard that it's supposed to help it preserve the freshness. I don't know. I just started it maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. But anyway, normally when you make matcha, you'll take the matcha powder, you will mix it with like warm water, and then you'll add it to a milk. But with this cold whisk matcha, you take the matcha powder and you add it to cold milk, and then you add it to more milk, and you add a sweetener, of course. So that's completely different than how you traditionally would make matcha. So this is a matcha whisk, a bamboo whisk, and it is said that you're not supposed to let this touch anything other than water. So once I get over this phase of enjoying cold whisk matcha, I'll probably have to buy a brand new whisk just to ensure that the quality is still there. But anyway, that's what we're about to make. I have my whisk. You're gonna need some matcha. I have the two that I enjoy using linked in the description. Have a sifter because you sift the matcha to get all the clumps out. You don't necessarily need this, but if you order the More Than Matcha, it comes with this little spoon, so it's like a teaspoon, just to scoop it out. My matcha bowl, my glass, and then my dairy-free milk. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Care to put ice in here, so I'm just gonna enjoy it like this, but it just makes it so much more smoother. It is creamier. It's perfect. Good morning. I just got back from working out. Y'all, that was such a good workout. I've been trying to incorporate the Stairmaster. Hurt so good, hurt so good. But I'm about to just make my quick like post-workout shake, I guess. This is a protein powder that I really enjoy using. I like it because the ingredients are very simple. There is just pea protein, vanilla powder, pumpkin seed, monk fruit, and chia seed protein. That's all that's in here. And then I also use Happy Viking. This is the, what is this, tropical smoothie flavor. I'm also using PB Fit peanut butter powder. I've been using this for a while. I use this in my shakes, I use it in desserts, I use it in sauces. So it's a peanut butter powder. The ingredients are peanut flour, coconut palm sugar, and salt. And then I've also been keeping up with my athletic greens, so I just do a scoop of my AG1. And normally I'm not like a huge fan of like greens powders because I would prefer to get my vitamins and nutrients through my food, but sometimes I do track what I eat, and I have seen that oftentimes, you know, I would be low in like a couple vitamins a day. So I just figured I'm just gonna start incorporating this. I really like it. It has other benefits, like good for the digestive system. So I'm like, hey, I might as well. I signed up for a subscription, and this is month 3 for me. So in here, I just have water, nothing too fancy. I add a scoop of the AG1. I add a scoop of the protein powder. Then I add roughly 2 tablespoons of the peanut butter powder. And it's actually pretty good. And then I just drop my vitamin D3 plus K2 drops in here as well. And I normally just have this if I am eating a bit later in the morning, because it is just a good way to get your proteins and your vitamins in. And because it has a decent amount of protein, it keeps you feeling satisfied a bit longer. So I'm about to go shower and get to work. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so for dinner tonight, I really wanted a pasta dish. I wanted something high protein and pasta, honestly. So I'm making like a zucchini sausage pasta. I'm using the zucchini that I got from the farmer's market, but for my pasta, like the protein pasta that I will be using, this is the brand. I actually picked this one up from Amazon. Well, I ordered it from Amazon. I'll have it linked in the description if you want to shop my Amazon storefront. And then as far as a sausage goes, this is the brand of sausage that I'm using. It is the field roast Italian garlic and fennel. And then I have a few other things that I'm putting in the pasta. Here's the sliced zucchini. I'm actually going to toss this in some olive oil and bake it so that it gets crispy. Here is my onions. I took the sausage and I crumbled it up, but then I'm gonna cook it on the stove. Here's the pasta. I'm also going to add in some nutritional yeast, cook it in some dairy-free butter. This is typically my go-to brand of dairy-free butter unless something is on sale. I'm on the fence about this, but I think I'm gonna add in some tomato paste. I haven't made pasta in a very long time, but again, not only did I want something that was, you know, higher in protein, but I just wanted something that was just very comforting and warming. And today of all days, like I really need that, and I'm really looking forward to this meal. So I'm about to put on some jams. I really love watching like DJ sets on YouTube. I love putting that on while I cook. Although I enjoy cooking, just adding that just really like sets the tone for me, and it's just something that I really have been enjoying. So that's what we're about to do. I'll show you which one I'm gonna watch, and then we'll get to cooking. dinner is all ready. I low-key have been taste testing it along the way to make sure the flavor was what I wanted it to be. Here's the first bite. And it's delicious. And I noticed that aside from seasoning the squash and the pasta water, I didn't really have to add anything else. I mean, you saw all the ingredients that I used, but I think because I heavily salted the pasta water and then we added some to the overall dish, that plus the nutritional yeast and then the squash, it is perfectly seasoned. I honestly don't even think you need to add anything else to it. I mean, you definitely can if you want to. Oh, maybe some red pepper flakes. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sprinkle some red pepper flakes on here. It is exactly what I needed. I'm gonna make this again so that I can make it for my Instagram and TikTok, and then that I can have a formal official recipe, because you gotta try this. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I wanted to make a yogurt bowl for breakfast today. So I have this yogurt. It's from the brand Icelandic Provisions. I think it's pretty good, and it does have about 16 grams of protein in one serving, so I'm really excited to use it. And then I'll also be adding some of the protein powder that I showed you yesterday. Now, as far as the toppings, I have this granola. I really like it. So it has almonds, honey, pecans, sunflower seeds, coconut oil, vanilla, salt, and cinnamon. So I'm gonna add some of that on top, as well as some of the blueberries. I'm gonna slice up some of the peach and then some of the cherries that I got from the farmer's market. I did cardio this morning. Now I'm ready to replenish my body. So let's get started with breakfast. To dig in, try to get a little bite of everything. A little messy, but I'm sure it's gonna be great. That granola, make sure you get some of this. Delicious and great ingredients. And I do think adding protein powder to yogurt can be hit or miss. I think the key is just to mix it really, really good until you don't see any clumps. This would also be just as delicious without the added protein. It's gonna be a working breakfast for me, but at least breakfast tastes good. So I just finished making my very first tomato sandwich. Why am I just now eating tomato sandwiches? And you know, I got those tomatoes from the farmer's market, so I was using the tomatoes up. And I figured making a tomato sandwich was like the thing to do. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about them, and I know it's nothing new. You may have had a tomato sandwich before. It's been around, but I just don't think I've ever had a tomato sandwich. But I love tomatoes, so I was excited to try it out. But what I did, this is like where it gets really good. I didn't do this on camera, but I had prepped a batch of my tofu bacon, but instead of just leaving it in strips, I made it into crumbles. Like that. And if you want to know how to make the tofu bacon, I'll link the video in the description. But anyway, so I took some of the plant-based mayo and I combined it with some of the tofu bacon. Too good, okay? Too good. And it's like so flavorful. So then I toasted some sourdough bread, sliced my tomatoes, I seasoned those with some salt and black pepper. And then here is one half of the sandwich. It looks a little messy right now, but when I tell you it is so delicious, this is all I have left from the other half because I tore it up, okay? I tore it up. That's what I'm having for lunch. Low-key, I'm probably about to make some type of protein as a side. I need to make sure I'm eating protein with this sandwich, but this was delicious, y'all. It was messy, but it was good. Also, if you have a TikTok, I started this How I Use This series on my TikTok channel, where I show people how to use ingredients that you may not be familiar with, or that you bought for like one plant-based recipe. You have no idea on how to use it up and it might go bad. I've been sharing some different ideas on how to use those ingredients up. One thing I don't want people to do is like buy ingredients for my recipes and like them go to waste. And that's why I always encourage people to, like, if you don't have a certain ingredient, just use what you have, because I know groceries are expensive. But yeah, I'm about to finish this sandwich. This is so good. You should definitely make that tofu bacon. make a tomato sandwich. Chef's kiss. Good morning, I'm back home and we are about to make breakfast. I just went ahead and knocked out my morning workout. I've been following Sydney Cummings on YouTube. I've been following her workouts. That's typically what I've been doing whenever I do like strength training workouts. I either do that or I use the Evolve app. And then when I'm not doing strength training, I'll do like walks or cardio. I also like to do Grow with Joe's workouts on YouTube as well. But I'm hungry and I really want to make a bagel sandwich. So I have some Dave's Killer Bread bagels. I also have some of that tofu bacon that I showed you yesterday. So I'm gonna add this to my sandwich as well. I have another pack of my fava bean tofu. So I'm just gonna make an egg patty out of this. Throw on some leafy greens, tomatoes, add some dairy-free cream cheese. This is the dairy-free cream cheese that I'm gonna use, and just have a protein-packed breakfast bagel sandwich. If I'm not making a tofu scramble, I'm making a tofu egg patty. And first we start by making the tofu egg marinade, which consists of water, garlic powder. I use turmeric for color, also some onion powder, smoked paprika, a bit of curry powder, nutritional yeast, and black pepper. Sometimes I do like to prep a batch of the tofu egg seasoning, so all of the seasonings and spices without the water. And I keep it in my seasoning drawer so that I can just have it handy whenever I want to make a scramble or to mix it with a bit of water, like I did here for the marinade. Now while that was marinating, I went ahead and sliced some cucumbers, tomatoes, and red onions. I roughly chopped some kale and then I massaged it with a bit of olive oil and salt just to help it become more tender and digestible. So it is honestly the lunch hour now. Have I eaten my breakfast bagel sandwich? No, I have not. And here's why. So you know I marinated this. I ended up just having my little protein AG1 mix that I showed you, but this is still marinating. I completely forgot that I guess I had spilled some oil or something in the oven, and when I went to preheat the oven, it started to smell up the house. The best thing that we have purchased for this place is an air purifier. That typically helps us know like what's going on in the air. So it tells us how the air quality is by using a percentage, and when I tell y'all it went down, like right now it's at 100 because it's kind of been doing what it needs to do. Anyway, I only preheated the oven because I was going to bake this. The last time I made the breakfast bagel sandwich, I baked the tofu egg patty, like I wrapped it in foil and then baked it in the oven. I feel like that really helped the tofu get more tender and absorb more of the flavor. But until I'm able to fully clean out our oven, I'm just gonna have to go back to cooking this on the stove. For lunch today, I'm having my breakfast bagel sandwich because I'm still determined and I really, really want this sandwich. Now I already know eating this is going to require me to look a little silly, so I will not be taking a bite on camera, but just trust me when I say that this is good. It's my second time making it. I'm really looking forward to digging in, and I've been wanting this all morning. Now I can finally eat. I'm just popping back in to let you know that this, I just took the first bite. Amazing. For dinner, I wanted to make a stir fry, and my source of protein is going to be the soy curls. They're made from non-GMO soy. I've had these in the past and I really enjoy it. I think the last time I made it, I used it for like a lemon pepper dish, but today I want to use it in a stir fry. So I have the soy curls. Let me show you what they look like. So here's what they look like, and they're dehydrated. So you would have to rehydrate them with like water or vegetable broth. And then I'm going to cook up a red onion, the zucchini and squash that I got from the farmer's market, as well as some broccoli. And then I'm gonna throw in some of those mushrooms, probably the shiitake mushrooms. I'm just gonna slice these up and cook them alongside the vegetables. Only thing is, like, typically with like a stir fry type of dish, when it comes to the sauce, you would use a cornstarch to help thicken the sauce. I don't have cornstarch, and I am not going to the grocery store, so I'm gonna get creative. I don't even know how it's gonna turn out. I'm honestly just gonna be making stuff up as I go, but I think it's gonna be good. I have faith in myself. So let's get cooking. Y'all, I had to pause the music just to let you know. At first, I wasn't even gonna talk. This is bomb. So good. It's amazing, actually. I need to use those soy curls more often because, wow. Now, this was a really slow morning for me, and for some reason, I just wanted another bagel for breakfast. This is pretty similar to the sandwich I made. On one side, I used avocado, and then on the other side, I just added more of that dairy-free cream cheese, added the last bit of my tofu bacon bits, which I have been loving, if you can't tell. I need to make more for next week. I also added more cucumbers, more tomatoes, and I wanted some like a twang to this. So I figured I'd add some of that beet and apple kraut on the side, as well as on top of this open-faced bagel sandwich. This was phenomenal, and I'm thinking about making this again next week. It is the afternoon, which means it's snack time, okay? I got these from the grocery store and I have yet to open them, but I'm really excited to try them. They are mango and guava flavored. Sounds so good. It says there's only 2 ingredients in here. I'm not like a big snacker, but I do like to have some every now and then. And I say I'm not like a big snacker as if I just didn't show snacks in this video. Also, I hope y'all have not been judging my nails in this video. I need to do my press-ons over and they'll be refreshed for the next video, don't worry. But anyway, this is how they look. Pretty small. It's like a good little snack, but it's not something to like write home about. But if you just want something like a quick little snack, I think they're good. I have these in there. I have my bada beans, but then I also have, now these right here, these are so delicious. These are the Siete grain-free cookies. It's the strawberry and cream flavor. Low-key, I'm probably about to have some of these. Some of these and then finish this one off. This is how they look, and they are the bomb. I am about to make dinner, and I'm really excited for it because I'm making like egg roll in the bowl. I wanted to use up this cabbage. So the label says peaches, but it's carrots, some green onion. I'm gonna top it with some white sesame seeds. But then for my protein, I'll be using the Abat ground plant-based beef. If you do have the chance to come across this, I would recommend it. The main ingredient in here is pea protein. And then as far as the sauce goes, I just got the reduced sodium coconut aminos. I've really been liking this brand. So let's go ahead and get started with dinner. My husband goes, "It smells wonderful." Baby, this ain't nothing but onions. Y'all, I crack myself up if you can't tell. But this egg roll dish would make a great meal prep for a few days. For the plant-based crumbles, I just cooked those up with some yellow onions. I had this Chinese 5-spice in my spice cabinet or spice drawer, which is optional, but it's a seasoning that I had, so I just decided to put it to use. After I felt good about where the crumbles were, I removed them from the skillet, and then I started cooking the cabbage and carrots. I added some water to help them cook a bit faster, but you could also add more oil if you like. And then I wanted to make a sweet and spicy mayo to go on top of this, so I just combined some plant-based mayo, sriracha, maple syrup, red pepper flakes, coconut aminos, and water. Now the only thing left to do is to really combine the plant-based crumbles and the cabbage and carrots, and then to cook it up with some coconut aminos. Got the goods. Brandon went to Trader Joe's and got us peaches. A peach for you and a peach for me. Here, as you can see, the scenery is so beautiful. It just looks amazing. We're about to sit here, enjoy our peach, but I just wanted to pop back in and say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it inspires you to cook a plant-based meal or two. And I will see you in the next one. Oh, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment letting me know what you thought about it. See you later.